Guys, new week, new projects. I don't know if you remember, so 3 or 4 weeks ago, I can't remember, it was somewhere in January, we built for a friend of mine, James, a window frame. So he phoned me the other night and his wife opened another window and the window fell apart. So we're going to build another one for him. And it's not the one that I built that fell apart, one of the old ones. It's the same meranti frame again. And I'm quickly going to mill up some stock I got from my lumber yard. Some nice thick 50mm stock. Quickly mill that up and start making parts. Then tomorrow morning after work I'm quickly going to go to him, go fetch the old frame and copy it. But for tonight, let's mill this up, get it into smaller parts and see if we can make tomorrow's work less. One thing I definitely need to get quite soon will be a surface planer. Something I don't have at the moment. But luckily these are only window frames. It's not such fine woodwork, so I can edge it with a table saw. Yes guys, you are right, the window doesn't have 6 sides. I just cut extra pieces just in case, and if I don't use them they're going to become the little cleats, or I think you call it cleats, that holds the glass in. So this is our main parts, the rails and the stiles, and I'm quickly going to cut some of the cleats up now out of that, and that's about as far as I'm going to get tonight, because I need the final measurements of the original window, which I'll only get tomorrow. So while I'm waiting to get the stock tomorrow for that, my friend Leon LaRue managed to ruin his insert plate on his table saw. I don't know if you can see. He broke the whole piece up. I don't know what went wrong, he doesn't know either. But I gave him a new blade for his saw. And I hope everything, the bearings and everything is fine. We'll double check that. And but in the meanwhile, I'm gonna make him a new wooden insert plate. But I'm gonna make a zero clearance insert plate. Luckily, his and mine is exactly the same. I actually double checked, and they're exactly the same. So I'm just going to copy mine. I went and took a piece of offcut out of the offcut bin here. It's a piece of cedar. I planed it down to the exact thickness that is, from the base to the top of the table saw. And what I'm going to do now, I mark them out, and while I'm busy, going to make myself a new one as well. So I just marked them out with a sharp pencil. And now on the bandsaw, I'm just going to cut them out rough quickly, and then I'll sand them up to the line, make sure they fit, and then I'll show you how to do the cut. So guys, what I've done is I just then sanded it on the disc sander until it fits nicely in the hole. And it's still a little bit proud, so I can sand a bit off. But for now, that's what I need. So I've taken out my 250mm blade. And luckily one of our suppliers at work, they want to supply us these blades, which is a Fox brand. And so they gave me one to test. And then I'll decide whether we're gonna keep it or not. They come with the little insert rings, which is basically a washer. I need the 16mm one because my shaft on my lathe is 16mm. And the reason why I want to use this blade, and the trick I've got is I now put the blade in that's a little bit smaller than my 250mm blade. Because even if I drop my 250mm blade all the way to the bottom, it's still just proud, and my insert plate doesn't want to lie flat. So I then insert a smaller blade, which in this case is a 235mm blade, a little bit smaller. And I must just get that washer in its place. Which then, if I drop it all the way down, now my insert plate should be able to lie flat. I hope so. That's what we need. So guys, the blade is now tightened, and all I've done now is put my fence over the insert plate to keep it down, because I don't want to use my fingers, but I've put it far enough away so that I don't damage my fence when I cut through. So I basically start my machine and then slowly lift the blade as it cuts through. So that's now far enough so that I can reinsert my 250mm blade, and that will then cut without damaging anything. And now we've got a zero clearance throat plate, which is, if for the guys that doesn't know, I like to make them because as your blade turns teeth down in this direction, you get a very nice cut on the top of your working surface or your material, but in the bottom, when this is wider, it's got so much space to tear out whatever is underneath. So by doing this, you really reduce tear out by a lot, and it's a simple little trick, and guys, you can really try it. It works a charm. So I'm just now gonna remove the 235mm blade, reinsert my 250 blade, and cut it all the way the width that the 250 blade will do at its highest. There we are, guys. I quickly made two insert plates, one for Leon and one for myself. I just went with a Forstner bit and drilled a hole to make it easier to remove and to return it. It works quite well. Now we can make some quality cuts again. Hi guys, so I got the frame from the customer quickly, and before I disassemble it, I just measured width and height. It's 1020 by 610, and I'm quickly gonna now disassemble it so that we can start building. Hi guys, so the same as the previous frame, all I've done is done tongue and grooves, or open tongue and grooves again, with the bottom rung that's a little bit wider than the top rung. And at the moment what I'm busy with, I just cut some quarter rounds, cut them on the, routed them and then cut them on the table saw, then mited them, and they're gonna go in here and they're gonna be permanently fixed on the outside of the window. And then the inside cleats that keeps the glass in, we're just gonna tack with a brad nailer. We're not gonna glue them, but these we're gonna glue, and the glue I use is a waterproof alkaline. And I already doweled all the mortise and tenons. I'm in quite a rush, so sorry guys, I don't record very much because I must still install this afternoon. I started only at 12 o'clock with this, so I'm a bit of a rush. But let me get these fixed, then I'll show you again. There we are guys, so the outside cleats, or the ones on the inside of the house, I just nailed on. And that's now our window frame done. It's now just after 4 o'clock. So I'm quickly gonna go install it so that the poor man doesn't have a house that's open. So sorry I didn't record too much about this, but I really was in a rush and I had to get this out and done to get the poor man's house closed again. But that's another project done.